Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something again on the Dodge, on the tow vehicle. So a little update, coolant system is working fantastic. I did a little towing yesterday. Truck ran right at 190 degrees. So what I got going on right now is from Sinister Diesel, I have a steering box frame brace kit. So I've had mixed reviews. I've seen online these things work, they don't work. One thing that I want to put down there is that everybody says your steering stuff needs to be like solid. Well, box is in great shape. It's the new 6-bolt box, drag link tie rod, and the ends are all good. The ball joints are from Yukon. Those are in great shape. Wheel bearings are good. Alignment's good. I got the caster set at between 3.8 and 4.3 degrees. Everything's good, you know, new control arms, all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's open up some of this stuff right here. See what we have. So select some hardware. Let's do that. Over here. Here it is. So this guy right here, let's talk about this. So reading online, so this is the 05 Ram 2500 diesel, and it says online from different sources that it's unknown if there's a steering box stabilizer kit that will fit the Mopar, you know, the big box with the 6 bolts. So looking online, looks like Sinister Diesel has one, so I made the purchase. We are going to find out if it actually is correct and going to do what it's supposed to do. So let's go over a couple of the parts. This guy right here, this is going to go on the bottom of the pitman arm. So the nut on the stock where the pitman arm goes on, that's going to come off. This is going to go and replace that. And then you got this bearing in here with this pocket that this guy's going to ride in just like that. It's going to push into there. I'm not tapping it in yet. And then some hardware. So the gist of this whole operation is you undo the sway bar end links. Well, not the end links, but the actual bracket. So let's crawl under here. So these guys right up under here, 2 on each side of the frame. So you're just gonna undo these, and then right here you're gonna undo, this is the pitman arm nut, you're gonna take that guy off right there. And then basically the new blue bracket that you see that is right down there, that's going to get stacked up under here, and then that new little spacer is going to go up here, and then that new little pocket bearing is going to go down here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to gather up tools and we will come back to this. I got some of the stuff laid out. I got some tools laid out. Got my nice coffee going on right here. Can't start the day without some coffee. All right, so I skimmed across the instructions. Hopefully I don't torch this too bad. So let's see what we got right here. Oh, so this is what we're gonna take off first. So we're gonna undo the sway bar bolts. Oh good, they're coming out. Okay. This guy. Okay, there we go. Now, next what we got here is, this is a 1 in 13/16 socket. This is what's going to go onto the pitman arm right here. I picked this one up at Napa. It's Carlisle Tools, the only one I could find locally. Oh good, came right off. I like that. Okay. Now the next step is we got to get this little coupler. We got to go and put that actually onto the shaft right here. So I want you guys to see that. This is where this is gonna go. But along with that, we do have a little lock washer that's gotta go on. So I'm also gonna put on a little bit of Loctite, just because a lot of vibrations on this truck. And I got this massive crescent wrench. This is what I'm going to use to tighten this thing down. So this is Labor Day weekend. You know, what are you guys choosing to do for your Monday off? You know, so I'm going to go, after I get this on, I'm gonna go pound T-posts out at the property. Go do more fencing. So what are you guys up to today? I'd like to hear in the comments. Okay, I would say that thing is on there. Now what I'm also going to do too is I'm going to put some of this on there. This is cross check, and I'll show you what this stuff does right here. So it puts this little, like, you know, puffy paint, you know, paint mark on there. And what that's going to do is, if that thing starts coming loose, that nut, it's real easy for me to check out and know that, hey, I gotta tighten this bolt, you know, something came off. Well, in this case, a nut. So this stuff's what I use on the race car for the Ultra 4. So if you haven't bought it before, cross check. This is what you're gonna want. All right, next piece of the puzzle. Now, it does not say this in the instructions to do this, but knowing stuff, I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize right on this guy right here. This is where the bearing, this is where the bearing's gonna be going right here. And if I ever have to service this thing, you know, anytime soon or even down the road, I want things to come apart when I want them to. So there's the anti-seize. So maybe I'll thank myself later, I have no idea. Okay, so now same with these guys. These are the bolts that are going to hold, basically going where the sway bar used to be. And since these are going into the frame, you can see the bolts, the stock bolts that came out. These had rust on there. That's really shitty when you're getting in there and you got to tap something, drill something out of the frame. It's not the best thing to do. So a little bit of anti-seize, I think, some money right here. That's something I do on these Dodges a lot. I'm always putting anti-seize on things, especially the old wheel bearing assemblies. If you want to get them out, put anti-seize on there. Okay, so now this guy, this is going to go up here. So this is going to go up onto the frame, at least so it's supposed to. And then what we need to do, this guy, this is kind of heavy, dude, doing it like this. I almost need a second hand for this, but I'm going to make do. Let's see here, there's the bolt hole. Oops. Okay, that'll give you guys an idea of what I just did right there. So, sway bar bracket, steering stabilizer brace, new hardware. So we're gonna go and do the same thing right down here on the end. Said in the instructions not to go and tighten these things way up yet, you know. This one is a little bit harder to get in. Go get a little racket for this to start with. So everything's in there, you know, loose. I'm not doing anything crazy on this. All right. Now it's saying it wants me to take these bolts now. This doesn't seem centered. Yeah, it seems like it's way off. Loosen this up a little bit. See, here's the thing. It wants this guy to be centered in this hole. It does not look centered in that hole right now. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I got it pinched too tight over here or something. Yeah, that's like no freaking way. Yeah, there's no way on this. Yeah, there's just not enough room in there. I don't know, maybe this is the wrong one. It's not good. Alright, so here's kind of the problem we are having right now. This new little shaft, it's supposed to be centered in this hole, and you can see it's way off to the side right here. So what I'm looking at is, you can see the bracket, it's welded up under here to the bottom of this tubing right here. So yeah, I could call these guys, you know, today's a holiday, but I could call them and say, hey, you know, maybe this is the wrong one. Who knows? It probably is. You know, stuff gets boxed up, you know, weird from companies. I'm not pissed, but being ambitious though, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just cut this bracket off where it's welded onto this tubing brace and scoot it over. And then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bracket off. I'm going to scoot the bracket, throw this thing back on, make a mark where it should be, and then I'm just gonna weld it back on. You know, like, I'd rather this thing work. It sucks because, you know, I did pay a lot of money for this thing. It said on the website this is the right one, you know, but then again, who knows? I don't know. I don't feel like taking stuff apart and giving up my day on this, so I'm just gonna modify it myself and go for it from there. We're gonna get this thing working.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Alright, so I got the bracket off on there. So I just went around with a flap disc, skimmed around the edges, and then after I got the edges kind of burned in, then I took a regular grinder disc with a nice round point, and then I just kind of, you know, worked it along the edges. Then I took a chisel and just kind of tinked it in there. So I'm going to clean all this up right here with the flap disc. After I do that with the flap disc, I'm going to get this prepped up, and then I'm actually going to take off some of the powder coating so I can actually take this bracket that was right here, and we're going to actually shift it over here just a little bit. So we got to get enough of the powder coating off all the way around. Then we're going to go test fit it back on the Dodge, bolt everything down. I'm going to take some marks and then throw a tack weld on things, and then take it back off, weld it, put it back on. Alright, all in, here we are. So you can see where I cut it, repositioned everything. I got the bolts centered in the holes the best I can, and then I got, you know, the pocket bearing put on, and that's what I got going on. So now let's see if we can get up in there. So we're gonna throw some welds right up on here real quick. show you what we got. So it's just enough to get up in there, tack this thing in place. And then what I did too is I threw a tack right here and one right there. So that way we can get this thing out. It won't move, hopefully. And then let's do a finish weld and let's go shove it right back in. There's everything right there. Come on, screen. Weld it up. Welded it there and there. And then, of course, cook the powder coating. So at least it's going to work. Let me go hit it with some paint if I got some blue, and then we're going to go throw this on. All right, so after my mods, this guy is nice and centered in there. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but you know, I got it all painted back up on the welds that I did. And then again, I got these on there kind of loose. And then what I even decided to do is I put a spacer right up between the frame and this plate right here. It's like kind of like a thick washer. Reason I did that is I was noticing that, it's kind of hard to tell, but edges of this nut look like they were going to start touching this circular cutout right there. So I don't want that. This lighting is just fantastic. So anyways, let's get in here and let's get this bearing started to put on. So again, this is going to be our bearing. And then what I'm going to do, take a washer, even though these are not what this was intended for according to the instructions, but we're going to take the bolt. These are going to go right on the top. I'm going to drop down. And then there are some set screws in this piece right here. They're 1/8 inch. So I got one out right here. And again, I'm gonna take a little bit of anti-seize and I'm just gonna get inside this bearing seal just a little bit right here on the insides. And then there is a Zerk fitting too, so I'm gonna clock the Zerk fitting so it's aiming towards the back of the car so I can actually grease it when I want to. Oh, come on. Okay, there goes that. That slides on nice and easy. That's you know, it's always a plus. Nylon lock nut, that's gonna go on next. And next one's gonna go on right there like that. So let's show you the orientation up in here. There it is looking down from the top. So we got a washer, we got the bolt, another washer, nylon lock nut. So that's what you got right there. Let's get ready to tighten everything down. And a 16mm deep socket, that's what I got going on. And then that correlates to 5/8. So I'm gonna start to cinch this thing down. Now I'm not going full tight yet. I'm just kind of gonna snug it up. Okay. So there it is right there, up in there. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm actually going to make sure that my steering turns, you know, back and forth. So I don't have any binding or nothing before I tighten everything up. Okay, so everything, I just turned the truck on, turned it lock to lock a few times. Everything feels good. I have no binding. So now we're gonna go ahead and tighten these up. So that's our next step right here. All right, I'm gonna do these ones by hand. Next thing we got to do is we got to get the little nut certs out of here. Yeah. So these are these little guys right there. And then what we got to do is actually put a little bit of Loctite onto those. And then thread them back in. You know, because these trucks shake like everything. So tighten those up. After these are tightened up, what we're going to do next is grease the grease fitting and then go road test it. So in the instructions it says, you know, 500 miles. Recheck all the bolts. That's kind of standard with anything on a aftermarket lift truck, anything. Here's what you guys all want to know. Does it work? I don't know yet. So, you know, driving down the road, you know, I mean, things feel a lot tighter. You know, it's like the steering does feel more responsive, you know, but is it actually working? It's a $100,000 question. So I will give you guys an update probably around the 20th when I go tow down to NorCal Rock Racing with the trailer. So we'll put the 5th wheel on the back with the Ultra 4 car inside it. and I'll let you know, you know. I mean, but right now everything feels fine. Steering's good, you know, there's no binding up or nothing, you know, with anything. So I think putting those little spacer shims underneath the sway bar bolt little area, I think it was the ticket right there, so no problems. But all in all, I'm happy with the product, you know. I feel good about it. It's nice and pretty and blue, but you know, let's see, does it really kind of help with a little bit of the wandering down the road? Time will tell. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, subscribe to the channel. I need more people, you know. I really want to get this channel monetized, and we need 500 people. So we're around 330 right now. So I thank every one of you for following my work, and stay tuned for the next video, you know. Kind of want to know what you guys want to see, so give me some comments, you know. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.